Hello, guys. We would want to have a very quick discussion in the gold trend, and I would want us to focus on this channel, the blue channel drawn on the chart. And we had a discussion previously where we mentioned that the current structure in the gold market is a square with 788 by 788 sides, and the top of that square is at the 1981 zone, and price moved above 1981. We reached 2075, and we did some videos to discuss to explain the top where we had currently 2075. And we want to mention that this top here, 2075, is even not the major top of that structure. Example, we would just use a square here to make an example. So I'll just use this square. It has nothing to do with our discussion, but I just want to use it to illustrate something. Let's say if we have a square like this is not a perfect square, but I'll just use it. If we have a square like this, then assuming this is our 788 by 788 square, then we can also draw a circle, or as Mr. Gunn said, those who are familiar with Gunn, uh, sometimes I'll just quote him because that is what most people are familiar with. So Mr. Gunn said that if we have a square, there is a third element which is a circle. So that means we can draw a circle around our 788 by 788 square like this. Something we would have something like this, our square, and a circle around. So our top point, which is 1981, will be this top end of the square, but the third element, which is the circle, has a top which can go above the 1981 zone that we discussed, and we have explained this in previous videos. Just a reminder of it. So we just want to mention that the top end of this circle, the top end is at the point 2113. That is 2113 level in price. So the top end, which is 2113 USD, is the highest or the top point we can expect in price action. So I will not be surprised if price before the end of this square, which is on 12th of October, I would not be surprised if price would move past this 2075 high to touch the top end of that circle, because already we say the top end is 1981 and price has moved through that top end, although this 2075 did not touch a point, or did not touch any of the boundaries of the circle. But what I want to indicate now, this is just by the way, this is just a reminder of a description. What I want to indicate now, that on our chart we have this line here, which we made it faint. I will just bolding it so that we can see it. This arc, this looks like a straight line, but it is not a straight line. It is actually an arc with 3 points, which already we have this chart drawn on a graph, and we have these 3 points. So we chose these 3 points just to illustrate that arc on this two-dimensional graph. And the level here we are having currently, this level here, is a point where price action has touched the boundary of that curve or that circle. Again, we said the top of the circle is at 2113 price level, and that will be somewhere top there. But already, as we said, this 2075 is somewhere within, but it did not touch any point on the circle. But this 1988 is a point on that circle. That is why we are seeing price reverse sharply. But what we want to discuss is that this swing here, this swing from here to this point, this swing here was a completed wave. That was the first correction we had, sorry. And then this swing also here was a completed wave. What we mean by a completed wave is that it completed a specific harmonic range. This wave that we had recently was also a completed wave which completed a specific harmonic range. And we have this channel. The midpoint of the channel is the dotted line, which also is the center of the spiral that we discussed previously. So now we are left with this new wave forming. This new wave forming. We believe that this wave is not completed yet. We can have this wave going up to touch the boundary of this channel, but because price has touched this boundary of the third element, which is the circle, we are having this sharp decline. It is possible that price will advance again because we can see from here, that price has touched the midpoint of that channel, which is the dotted line. Price has bounced on the midpoint of that channel. And uh, we believe that if price should close above 1990, if price should close above 1990, then we can expect price to go back to the top range of this boundary and then decline again. Also, once again, we would mention that we would not be surprised if price can go above this boundary and reach the 2113 limit. But still, our major trend in the current gold price action is a bear trend, with our expectation projected to the 1774 price level. Again, our current trend in gold market is a bear trend, and the extent where we expect price to drop to currently is the 1774 price level. But as we said, this trend we are having now will be some zigzag trend, and we will not be surprised if it can reach if it can reach to 113 price level. If it cannot reach, that is fine. If price will not break above this boundary, which is the arc, which is a section of the circle, that is also fine. But our main trend is still a bear trend towards 1774, and we expect price currently also to range in this blue channel. I would just want to mention one thing. The current correction range we are going to have in gold trend will be a very lengthy one. The gold correction can take even more than a year for this new bear trend. And in a forum that we attended, a representative from Credit Suisse also confirmed that we are going to have a longer term bear trend in gold market, which brought about so many discussions and debates. But we just want to mention it now that we may have a lengthy correction with respect to time range, but our second TP is 1774 although we expect price now to range maybe higher first to this top boundary of the channel, or even higher, or higher to 2113. So until then, stay tuned, take care, and have a nice time.